If you're feeling like you heard the Lord and you're questioning if you heard him wrong, because things.
If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch the whole thing. It is extremely encouraging. But I wanted to actually add on to this because this is actually something that God has been talking to me about, and it has blessed me so much. So long story short, with her, God told her that she was going to be having a baby girl. She ends up getting pregnant. She finds out it's a boy, and she thinks she heard God wrong. She ends up finding out she's pregnant right after she has the first baby. A second time, she's pregnant again, and she finds out that it's a baby girl, just like what God said. She has a million different confirmations before the second baby happens, but even with the first baby, when she found out it was a boy, she was just discouraged. Not discouraged, but she was just more so like, okay, like clearly I didn't hear correctly or whatever the case may be, right? What God has been talking to me about this, it just reminds me so much. One, I commented that he gave you double for your trouble, and even his troubles, I'm using that word very loosely because obviously she's been blessed twice with two amazing babies. But something else that God has been kind of helping me focus on is that sometimes he'll give us a precursor to the main thing that he's promised us. With that precursor, it could literally be anything, but it could be a preparation, one, to see if you still trust him or believe him, and two, to see if you can be grateful and content with what it is that he's given you in the meantime. Because we are so quick to just assume and to misconstrue or to just say, oh, I clearly didn't hear him correctly, right? And we'll dismiss it, but we'll still be grateful and thankful for that thing and content in that thing, but it also is still preparation in a way for the next thing. The fact that she had a baby and then finds out she's pregnant with the baby that God told her about in a matter of moments, weeks, I'm not sure, I can't remember how long it was, but the fact that she had to go through an entire pregnancy, finding out that it's a different sex, finding out that it's not what she thought, and then coming to terms with that, being grateful, all the things, right? All the things, and still being able to give God glory in that moment. And God is still like, you did not hear me wrong. I'm going to give you what I promised you. But now you have two of the same. How do I express, like, not two of the same thing, but it is two of the same thing, but it's not, right? Like, it's a matter of, I have now prepared you. I have now prepped you. I have now given you this thing that you can steward over. And I can see how your heart is when I give it to you until I give you what it is that I told you I was going to give you. So those two promises being one and the same bless me so much because, again, I believe that God can show up in one way before he gives you the full promise, right? Before he gives you the full thing that you know you heard. He can prepare you in another way and still meet your needs in that regard of, okay, these are still checking off the boxes in the regard of, like, this is still very similar to what it is I believe that God told me he was going to do for me. And it is still very much a blessing, just as preparation for the next thing, and still being able to bask in the fruit of that first thing that he gave you before he gave you the thing that you heard him tell you he was going to give you. So that's all I wanted to say, but it just blessed me, and I hope it blesses you too.